Hey guys, it's April and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about growing up without a mum. Because I sadly lost my mum when I was 7 years old. Although some people may seen it in my other video of my mum died in 2003. Most of you have probably seen that. So I'm going to be doing that video of growing up without a mum today. And I just want to apologise to all my viewers and fans out there. I'm really sorry I haven't been uploading in a long time, but this video has been really difficult for me to film and I've just been putting it off. But now I'm going to do it. So, yeah, but if you do like this video, remember to please like this video. If you like the video, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would just mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to comment down below on whether you've lost your mum or whoever you've lost, but mainly, maybe if you've lost your mum or not, because I know how it feels. So I'm going to get into the video, and I hope that you like it. I lost my mum when I was 7 years old. She got cancer in her arm. I think it was her left arm or right arm. I'm not really quite sure. And it spread around her body, and I think eventually it went to her heart, and she died. And my sister was only 4.5. She was almost 5. And it was a really hard time for my family. I knew that mum had died, but I also thought she was breathing as well. But it was her sister that was breathing, and I thought it was my mum breathing, because I had to literally watch my mum die, which was the hardest thing ever. Growing up without a mum is quite difficult, because I looked up to my mum more than my dad, because my dad was a right, pain in the bum. And he was an alcoholic as well, so, but I might do that in another video, but I don't really know if I can talk about my dad, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's hard growing up without a mum, because when she died when I was 7, I did get upset when I was older, and I used to feel very upset, and I used to cry. But when I got older, I then started suffering from depression and anxiety over losing my mum, and I used to cry and get really upset and feel really depressed. And I've got 2 dogs now called Milo and Marley, and they really help with the loss of my mum, and my boyfriend as well. He just being around people and animals helping with my depression. I think to myself, I can't really give my mum hugs anymore, and I can't give her kisses. I can't I won't have anyone to walk me down the aisle when I get married, or if when I passed my exams in school, I couldn't tell my mum, and it's quite hard. And I do miss my mum, and I think I handle it better, but yeah, losing my mum at such a young age, 7, I didn't really understand, when I was younger, I didn't really understand. I spent 7 years with my mum, and I didn't really understand, losing your mum to cancer, it's not exactly that good. It's very hard, and I just want to hug her or talk to her. I used to when I was at school in Redbourne, I used to like really, really, really pray that my mum would be sitting on the arm of the chair when I got back. And then when I got back home after school, I looked and mum wasn't there, and I used to feel really upset because I obviously prayed that my mum would be sitting inside my nan's house, because that's where she was living at the time. And I thought she would be there on the arm of the chair, sitting in the arm of the chair, but she wasn't. And I used to do that quite a lot. I used to go to school, I used to pray and say, please, please, Jesus and God, can you just send my mum back? Because I used to be a full Christian then, but I have my doubts about religious terms and stuff. And I used to pray, and I just used to get home, and I used to remember just feeling really upset because she wasn't at the place that I wanted her to be. She wasn't on the arm of, she wasn't sitting in the arm of the chair, and I where Granddad used to sit, and I was thinking to myself, I got my hopes up thinking that she was sitting on the chair when I got home, but she wasn't. My mum wasn't, my mum didn't actually do that, she wasn't there. So I used to feel very, very upset. And, I don't know, I kind of used to feel really upset that my mum wasn't there, if you know what I mean, because it was hard. But, and also growing up without a mum is also hard, because you remember the good times, but you also remember the bad times. I remember the good times of when she was cleaning out the bird bath, and, and me and my sister used to go up to her and tap her on the bum. She used to chase us up the garden. That is the hardest part. The memories up here are the hardest parts, because when you lose a loved one, like your mum or your dad or any loved one that you lose, you never forget them. They're always up here, and that's what's kept me going. I sometimes think of what me and my mum and my sister and my nan did with we played with each other, and all the memories up here. So if you're young and you've lost your mum, all you have to do is just, I know it's hard, and I mean, I've gone through the same experience of losing a mum as you lot out here, probably have. There's so many people in the world that are orphans, they've lost their mum, dad, they haven't got anyone. And, it's really hard, but you have the memories up here, and she's always in your heart, and that's what's kept me strong. I used to get really, really upset. I used to say to my nan, oh, I miss my mum and stuff like that. It's hard at a young age. It's really, really hard. I've known somebody to lose their mum when they're 5 or 4, and it's not good. My sister was 4 when she lost mum as well. But yeah, I don't really remember any other memories that me and me and my mum did together. I mean, I can remember me and mum going to see Santa, and when we went to the climbing frame at Aylitz, I fell, I think it used to be called Wyvale. I fell backwards and hurt my head. I almost cracked my head open, which was not good. Not clickbait, seriously. But yeah, because I fell back and hit my head quite hard, so I almost broke it, basically. But yeah, but I don't really have the downsides of losing your mum, growing up without a mum, is that you can't remember, you can remember some memories, but you can't remember all of them. And I only remember the bird bath and Santa Claus, and also I don't even remember, I vaguely remember going to the park with her as well. I think I did, but I can't remember. But yeah, it was hard. Like, I can't really say anything else because obviously I only knew her for 7 years, and before that I was a baby, so I don't really know. But yeah, before that I was a baby, so I wouldn't really know because I was only 0 when I came out of her tummy, and obviously then I only knew her for like 7 years, so you know, I wouldn't really be able to like remember. But yeah, I missed her when I went to college. I missed her. It was hard, and you know, the tutors used to ask me, "Oh, what's up?" And I used to say I miss my mum. They were like, "Oh, I know." And like people at school as well. I used to find school very difficult. I mean, I didn't do proper grades. I didn't do proper education or anything. That, you know, the school I went to was rubbish. But like, I just, like, growing up without a mum, I didn't really want to be around anyone either. Like, when I was at school and we went out to places and trips and stuff, I would just like depart myself away from other pupils because I just didn't want to be around them, if you know what I mean. And, you know, I kept begging my nan for a dog to, like, obviously fill in that gap, but then nothing is going to fill in the gap of losing a mum. But yeah, it was really difficult, and you know, and if anyone comments down below, or she's smiling a little bit, it's because I don't want to end up crying, because it's still hard. And I mean, I'm still, mourning never, like, goes, like, not the kind of mourning and like daylight, but mourning where as you mourn for a person. So, even though I still miss her and I don't really talk about her that much, I just still get upset sometimes, and it is a little bit difficult. But yeah, but I can't really, but that's like my kind of thing about, my kind of subject about growing up without a mum and how it felt like with me, and kind of, yeah, just kind of what it felt like, what it felt like to me, losing my mum. And I can't really say much because obviously I only knew her for 7 years, so, as I said before. So, yeah. So, I hope that you liked that video. And remember to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I just want to give a shout out to Adrian Bryan, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I've pronounced it wrong, but I just wanted to give a shout out to you because I promised that I would give a shout out to you in my video. And guys, if anyone has lost their mum out there, I'm so sorry, because I know what it feels like. I can literally say how you're feeling as well, because obviously it's difficult. And yeah, so to anybody that's lost their mum out there, I know how you feel, and you know, I've been through that experience before, and I've told you what it's like growing up without a mum, and it's hard, yeah. Yeah, so I'm just sorry if there's anyone out there who hasn't got a mum, and or a dad or a gran, or anybody out there who has lost someone. I'm so sorry, and you know, it's hard, but just talk to your family and your friends, and that's all you can do. But yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to end the video here. And yeah, just if you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And yeah, and I'll see you in my next video.